Hello, everybody. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Rachel.
And this is So I'm Watching Gilmore Girls, Season 2, Episode 22, I Can't Get Started.
For some reason, every time you start doing that, I immediately want to burst out laughing. I have church giggles. I don't know why. Nothing in my head is particularly funny, but when you start talking, I just want to start giggling for some reason.
It's silly. It's like the part that you have to do at the beginning.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Well, for the longest, it was like, my name is not Kristen. My name is Rachel.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, because I'd have to actively be like, not Kristen.
Yeah.
Rachel.
Well, I guess in keeping sort of with that, a little housekeeping. After this episode, we are taking probably a pretty considerable break. Rachel is gigging out of control.
I'm tired.
With makeup and stuff. So we have like a little bit of a buffer. So we'll see how you feel when we're getting close to when we're caught up to when this is airing. We're most likely not going to actually go back to Dawson's Creek at this point, though.
I mean, I'm not super, jonesing for it, just because it broke a part of me.
It did. Again, season 1 is so different. Season 2 is like a whole different animal. But you're enjoying Gilmore Girls more than you enjoy Dawson's Creek. So I may or may not pick up Dawson's Creek with Will, because he's seen season 1, and we might just, pick up season 2. But we'll hopefully be back for season 3 at some point. We'll just have to keep you posted. Yeah. But yeah, I guess we soft launched it a little at the Met Gala. We'll soft launch it a little more now, and then we're gonna record a video the next time that Will's over. But Rachel is really super busy with a lot of makeup stuff. Jobs.
I was in DC a week and a half ago. I'm flying to LA on Thursday night. Yeah. I'm tired.
She's tired and she's doing amazing. Yeah. So she's taking some steps back from the channel, but Will and I are still gonna be here doing all the normal stuff. And we will do what we can to get season 3 back, because you have to at least watch season 3 because that's like the Jess season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's maybe enough.
That's a really
of
nice carrot.
Hello.
Yeah. Also, this season took it out of me a little bit
with all the Christopher stuff.
With all of it. Lorelai mostly.
Sure.
Her behavior, understanding her character more. Yeah. That really hit a little harder this time. So I just need to kind of we
need to take a deep breath.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
But yeah, so just to let you guys know, that's what we're looking at. So by the time that you watch this, it'll be roughly 2 months since we've recorded anything. So we'll see how we feel. Maybe we'll just come back in the fall, because this is a fall time show.
Maybe.
So yeah,
but you did nothing wrong. I love you. We still love you. You're great. You're so smart.
You guys are honestly
so much
to some of our best commenters.
Yeah,
no one's ever rude. You're very respectful of the
things.
You
know our names.
You know our names. You're also very respectful of the things that we consider spoilers. And for the most part, you don't give me shit for spoiling stuff for her, because she doesn't mind some spoilers. I'm trying to keep large plot points away from her.
You also don't give me shit when I have a full breakdown and cry on camera.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay. So, to get into this episode, it is Sookie's wedding. We begin with one of my favorite openings on this show ever. Sookie is absolutely vibing to Can't Get Started by Ella Fitzgerald.
It's a beautiful song.
It's a beautiful song. I love it. The rest of them, Lorelai, Rory, and Michelle, are basically catatonic on this table around her. And Lorelai is you cannot be serious. The song is about a woman who cannot make her relationship with a man work. You can't walk down the aisle to this. Spoiler alert, she fully does. She fully walks down the aisle to it.
Her day.
This is also, I have mentioned it before, and I've mentioned it on my Buffy podcast with Trevor. This is God tier TV wedding dress for me.
Really?
I am obsessed with it because it's not boring.
Yeah.
It's different from any other wedding dress you've seen.
Yeah.
And it totally fits Sookie.
I agree.
As a character.
Yeah.
I love it so much. I love the sleeves that go a little bit past her hands. I love the speckly part of it. I love that it's actually kind of like a little coat, over top of a sheath dress. For me, this wedding dress and Anya's wedding dress in season 6 of Buffy are the best TV wedding dresses of all time. TV.
I know. I immediately went to Carrie Bradshaw's wedding dress, but that's a movie.
I'll allow it, but also she doesn't fucking get married in it.
No, and it's Vivian
although
Westwood,
that's fair. Anya also does not get married in it, but It is Vivienne Westwood and it's beautiful. I just like, I don't know. There's something too, maybe it's because of the hat. There's something too bird-like about it. It's too pointy.
Well, she has an actual bird on her head.
I know.
And she's got a beak.
Yeah, no, I know. But it's everything about it is pointy and like aggressive, and I don't care for it.
Oh, see, I kind of like it.
It's beautiful structurally as a work of art. It is a beautiful dress. I don't think it's quite right. Because I also don't think it necessarily fits Carrie as a character, because she let herself get taken over with all of the shit. Mm-hmm. I don't think she would have picked that in a vacuum.
I disagree. I think that she would have.
This is also not a Sex and the City podcast.
I think she would have because it's fashion maximalism, and Carrie is nothing but a fashion maximalist. Big makes her smaller.
I mean, fair.
So he brings out the worst in her. She's not good by any means either. It's a very anxious, avoidant attachment style.
They are a Kathy and Heathcliff if ever there was one.
Yeah. Fun fact. So when I like get ready to go anywhere, I usually put the take on just because it's like I'm learning while I'm putting my face on. They keep playing Sex and the City episodes and I just let it play. Like they do a million deep dives on that show and I'm like, I just simply don't care. But I now fully understand the ins and outs of that horrible relationship. But so I mean, that show effectively was not supposed to be about ending up with men anyway. When Darren Star left, he was like talking major shit about it.
Oh, so, when did he leave?
Season 4 or 5.
Okay.
So
it's kind of like The West Wing.
Yeah.
Aaron Sorkin left after like season 3. Mm-hmm. Because he was too coked up.
Because the whole premise, I don't remember why Darren Star left. I think there's some of this happening.
Yeah.
But so the whole premise of the show is about how women don't need men. They need their intimate relationships. And so when he left, it became about like getting these these men or whatever. So I totally get why you don't think that she would pick it. I just do, because she would wear a fucking ball gown to brunch. You know what I mean?
Yes. And also, the last time I watched that show in full was when I still thought it was very romantic that she ended up big.
Yeah.
So like
before we did our work.
And then now I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, well, like would turn it on just for noise, and I'm like, she is fucking terrible. Miranda for the win forever. No, she's
Samantha
the one
for the win.
Yes, very much that.
Literally only because of the show, the new show.
I don't. No, but that doesn't.
But I can't get the stink off Miranda.
No, I know. For me, that's a separate person. She is like, she has a twin or and the new twin murdered the old twin, and this person is not it. This is the Ursula is out in the world and she has killed Phoebe.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's just crazy. I don't know, but that it's just
it's beautiful,
and the angles and the.
I just like my issue with TV wedding dresses is normally it's just like a sweetheart neckline or like a straight across A-line or like if it's like the slutty character getting married, it's a mermaid dress.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
I can't even think again on the tired. I can't recall any TV wedding dress that I really liked.
Yeah. I kind of like I love Leslie Knope's.
Yeah, well, yes.
Leslie Knope's is great.
Because it's perfect for her.
Yeah. Also, I mean, all the girls on, like, the Vampire Diaries get married. Like, you know.
Do they? I quit before.
Caroline, at least, for sure. I don't know. Caroline gets married for sure. But again, it's just like a little gauzy, like, sweetheart thing.
I remember being really disappointed by Monica Geller's wedding dress.
Yeah, because I think it's just like an A-line.
And her veil is too big.
Uh-huh.
And we could have done so much better. Although I liked the bridesmaids' dresses. They were nice.
Yes.
I liked them a lot.
Very good. You know whose wedding dress was good on Friends? Emily.
It was.
Emily's wedding dress was great.
Yeah, it was. That wedding venue, too.
The church? The, like, falling down church?
Yeah. How did we get here?
Oh wait. Ross.
Bring it back around.
Wedding dresses. So, we only get the one really good look at it when they're, like, because we don't actually watch them get married. They do. this wedding succeeds. But yeah, so we only get the one good look at it when she's freaking out about the cake and the salmon puffs, which I love the way that she says it. She's, then I realized I'm serving salmon puffs. Salmon puffs. She just like repeats it, and it's not quite classic Melissa McCarthy at that point, but it's like really good.
No, she's a great actress.
She's a great actress. So yeah, okay, so it's Suki and Jackson's wedding. That's how it starts. They realize also she's got a couple of her cousins couldn't come, so do you want to invite Richard and Emily? Like, that could be cool. And Lorelai's like, sure, I'll ask. They predictably get crazy about it, and they're like, this is clearly a pity invite. And it's like, pity is maybe not the right word. It's just like some spots opened up, and you are people we like, so like, why don't you come? Mm-hmm. They do end up coming too, and then I'm just like, I'm with Lorelai. Like, why'd you make such a big deal about it? Yeah, it's ridiculous. So then on Rory's side of it, Paris is running for student council for the senior class, and she is. Or no, she's running for student body president because Francie is senior class president. Oh, yeah, they get into it. Francie's in like a decent amount of season 3. So, she basically is doing like a, I don't know, Mussolini style speech.
If Chilton wins, we win. If Chilton fails, we fail. Like, it was very. I was waiting for a hand gesture at the end.
It's very, very intense.
This just the whole time.
Just like
you're gonna do it,
clutching the podium.
We're gonna win.
So you sounded a lot like Maria Bamford. Just then. Did I? Yeah. So yeah, she's going literally insane, and then someone named Shotzi is also running, who apparently did a Sharon Stone from Basic Instinct move up on the stage. Super silly. So Paris goes to talk to Rory to see like what angle she's taking for like the newspaper article, and Rory's like, you're gonna have to wait till tomorrow like everybody else. And then Madeline and Louise come back in. They've been doing polls about who's the most competent, who is the most qualified, and who is the most likable candidate. And Paris is the most competent and qualified, but she is not very likable. And when asked if that would impact who they voted for, all of the students said yes. So Paris reapproaches Rory and strong arms her into running as her vice president. And if they win, they have to go to like a political leadership thing in Washington.
I think I was doing some of my work when they said that, because I was like, where did Washington come from? Yeah.
So they have to go to DC. It's like a summer program for like politics and leadership and stuff.
Like Girls Inc. or whatever the hell it's called.
There's boys there as well. What is that thing called? Because you were talking about the documentary, and I was like, there's one for boys as well.
Is it not Girls Inc.?
No.
Girl Club.
I feel like boys documentary is not going to help me out.
Do girl politics
Boys State.
Girls State. Yeah. There we go.
So, kind of, except for it's
for everybody.
It's
but
integrated.
Still, it's like leadership and
is that right?
Co-ed?
Co-ed! Christ, we are both so tired. Okay, so yeah, so if they win, they have to go to Washington because there's like a whole program for student body people. And the way that she gets Rory to agree to go is that it would look great for Harvard, which is true. That's the thing about Rory is she's like, I'm just gonna go to Harvard, and it's
without doing any of the extracurriculars. It's wild to me.
Crazy. She helped build one house, and she's on the paper
one time.
That was just for Chilton. That was that was like a PE credit.
Oh God.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So the whole time she's just sort of like, I don't really know. Like, I don't want to go. I feel so bad because Paris really wants to win and I don't want to win at all. Like, I don't care about this at all. And she also gets her cast off, and Christopher is there. Some crazy how he found out when the appointment was and arrived there in the nick of time. Also, Jess returns and Luke finds him up in the apartment. He wants to come back. Luke is like, things are going to be different if you come back. And Jess is like, sure. And I leaned over to you and said, spoiler alert, not really. I mean, he doesn't like getting in fights at school and stuff anymore, but he's like also not going to school. Oh. So there's a lot going on. That's pretty cool. Then he goes to just like take a walk around, even though Luke is like, Rory's still with with Dean. and they're at a wedding, so, like, don't even try it. Well, he winds up there anyway. And then they kissed.
I wish I had the little tiny unicorns, like, in Tangled.
Yeah.
She went in.
Yeah.
Underneath the armpits.
Yeah. She really grabs him.
Yeah. What are we doing?
He is little.
He is little. Oh, I want to put him in my pocket.
Yeah. So they kiss pretty good for a minute, and then she, like, realizes what she's doing, and she's like, oh my god, don't tell anybody, and she runs away. In the meantime, Christopher is having problems with Sherry. She has gone to Europe or somewhere on a business trip, and they have decided to take this time apart as space from each other and think about what they want. And Lorelai says, well, what do you want? And he says to find an apartment. So he's planning to move out. They definitely bone down in the hotel.
I'm so sick of their shit.
Yeah, he's like ready. He's all ready to be all in with Lorelai.
I thought a proposal. That's why I gasped at you. I thought a proposal and a receiving of said proposal was about to happen.
No. So he seems to be like he wants to be all in with Lorelai. He's like, it feels like it's finally right. Like, this is finally the time. You know, we've all
Even though you yelled at me and told me that you were finally
like
over me
4 weeks
and
ago.
I screamed at you in public about how dare you put that on me.
Christopher is worse than Lorelai.
I'm sick of their shit.
On the one hand, I'm like, good for you. You are actually trying to make this work. You, like, don't want to, like, do this slow again. Like, you want to, like, get in there and, like, be together. Great. You know, like, I kind of love that. Yeah. On the other hand, I'm like, you seem like you have ADD.
Yes. That's why I cannot be invested, because it's emotional romantic whiplash. Yeah. And it's exhausting. Yeah. And especially coming off of watching Abbott last night, where that show is edging me, and I it hurts now. Like, I'm not having a good time. And then this show is just like, I don't want it. It's being shoved in my face, and it's like, I simply don't believe you. Yeah. And my instinct was correct.
Yeah. So turns out Sherry's pregnant. And he...
Stop fucking people, Christopher! Just left, right, and center.
Yeah. Apparently without protection as well. So, he doesn't want to make the same mistakes he made with Rory. He wants to be there for Sherry and for the baby. And so he is going to go make it work with Sherry.
Yay. The perfect basis for a relationship.
Lorelai is pretty upset.
Yeah. Well, she told Emily.
She did tell Emily. That is, like, an early season 3 episode is kind of fallout from this.
Really?
It's quite good. Yeah. Christopher gets read to filth.
Oh, incredible. Does Emily do it?
By all 3 of them. It's amazing. I saw it on TikTok the other day, and I was like, I have to make Rachel get to this part at least. I was so excited.
I love it.
It's so good. So yeah, they meet at the top of the aisle, Rory and Lorelai, to walk down the aisle, and Rory just goes, I think I'm going to Washington, and Lorelai just goes, okay. And that's it. Did we get everything?
I think so. I feel like
there was, like, some little stuff where, like, Patty and Babette and Kirk were, like, all at the piano and singing and stuff.
Yeah, but no, I feel like so much happened, yet so little. Because when this episode ended, I was like, that's it.
Yeah.
This one went so fast.
Kirk was singing Walking After Midnight by Patsy Cline. That song fucks me up. I love it so much.
Your knowledge of Patsy Cline's catalog is incredible. I couldn't name a Patsy Cline song off the top of the dome.
What?
If you paid me. Yeah.
Crazy?
I mean, that one. But I would probably, if someone was like, who's saying Crazy? I'd be like, I don't know.
Oh my gosh, I love Patsy Cline.
Yeah. Like, I know it is that, but, you know, that is not knowledge that hangs out.
Yeah. Also, there was, like, I don't know, 10 or more years ago when Will and I were still, like, vaguely watching American Idol, Will Brooks and I. There was this contestant named Megan Joy, and she was amazing. She had, like, a full sleeve. It was, like, beautiful. She was, like, blonde and cute, and she had a really interesting kind of raspy voice, but she was tiny and blonde and little. And she got the flu during the season, and she powered through and sang Walking After Midnight with the, like, raspy, sexy phlegm flu voice, and it was fucking incredible, and I don't think they ever released it. And I was, it's like so good. It's just also such a cute, sweet song. Just love it. I go out walking after midnight, searching for you.
Sure.
I stopped to see a weeping willow crying on his pillow.
Listen, girly, it was Led Zeppelin and Michael Jackson in my house. That was what I was ping-ponging against.
So for me, it was like 90s country ladies mostly. 90s country ladies mostly. And my dad liked 70s rock a lot. But he leaned more like Bowie and Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it was Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, Jimmy, what's his name?
Hendrix.
Thank you. And then
is that the left-handed guitar?
Yeah. And my mom's, it was like Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, anything that we would dance or listen to at a dance studio.
Sure.
That was her side. And then somehow in 5th grade, I discovered a CD for Tori Amos, Into the Pink, and then that sent me on my indie journey by myself.
My first CD was Tragic Kingdom.
The first CD I bought with my own money was Pure Moods.
That's a fucking winner, though.
Yeah, it slaps.
Yeah, Pure Moods.
Such a good time.
Slaps. Yeah, it's great. So, yeah, I do love the moment where Kirk comes into the diner before the wedding, where there will presumably be food, and asks Luke how fast can he get him a ham on rye sandwich. And then he's like, pretty quick, Kirk, I don't know. And then he's like, what about a patty melt? And he's like, well, it'll take longer because I have to grill a hamburger for it. And he's like, what about it if I wanted the bread toasted for the ham on rye? Somewhere in the middle. And he just is like, what the fuck do you want, Kirk? And he's so mad. Kirk just orders a peanut butter and jelly sandwich to go. I love Kirk. I think
he is fun. He's
Kirk
quirky and weird.
Oh, Jackson has to wear a kilt.
That absolutely was just someone's blanket.
Yeah, it wasn't like a great kilt, but it looked nice with his jacket and everything.
Looks nice. I think that when men wear kilts for formal events, I think they look so handsome.
I agree. But yeah, that is mostly it. It's been a good run.
This is an interesting season.
Yeah.
I felt like we just went, like it just was really, I kind of can't believe we're done.
Yeah. Well, we tried to get through really fast because you've been so busy.
Yeah. But still, though, like, it was really, really meaty and hard for a lot of the beginning work because, I'm going to be real with you guys, I didn't know if I was going to be able to finish the season because it was too much.
I was pretty sure you were going to be okay.
Yeah. But no. So this back half was more of what I experienced with season 1. So I enjoyed that more.
Yeah.
For sure. But Lorelai Gilmore ain't it for me. She is the problem.
She is usually the problem.
Yeah, she is the big problem.
Yep. But all right.
Yep.
Well, we will hopefully see you in not too much longer, and also hopefully there's some fun stuff coming out for you in the meantime.
There absolutely will be.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let us know what you think, like and subscribe, and we will see you for season 3, episode 1 at some point in the relatively near future.
Yeah, we'll see you when we see you. That went so much better in my head on the way out.
Bye!